and now we're live on Facebook too. Welcome everybody. I am excited to be here. My name is Carrie, and I'm a wellness advocate with doTERRA, and I'm the co-founder of A Natural Shift. And so today I wanted to come to you, really excited from what I learned last week, and share with you all about the new products that they released last week at Convention and a few other updates, all about their mission to change healthcare. So let's first start with the new products, and I'll probably be looking around a little bit as I have Facebook and Instagram pulled up. So if I'm not looking right at you, that's fine. Okay, so first off, let's talk about black spruce. Black spruce is one of the 4 essential oils that are just one single oil that were released. And it smells very similar to what you would think it would. It smells like a spruce tree. And this one is sourced, they had a really cool sourcing story, sourced from the Renewal forest in Canada. It makes up a huge part of our biome in the world, and it's a massive forest. So it's really neat how they source this oil. It's actually made from spruce trees that are cut down for construction purposes. And so they take the leftover limbs and needles and things, and that's what they make the oil from. And it's actually a zero waste process. So they have a power plant that's located right next to the distillery. And so they use the steam from the power plant to power, they use the steam from the power plant to get the essential oil and to release it from those needles. And then they put what's left, the byproduct of making the essential oil, put it back into the power plant to make more power. So that's kind of interesting. They always try to do that. When they source an essential oil, they always try to have the least amount of waste as possible. So I thought that was really cool about black spruce. And if you've ever read the bottle of some of our blends, it's actually already found in 2 blends, which is Balance and Forgive. So I know many of you love Balance as well as I do. So this is actually found in there. Now we can have this oil by itself to use. So a few interesting facts about black spruce and ways that you can use it. It has a lot of emotional benefits. As you can obviously pull away from what I said it was in, right? It's in Balance and Forgive, and those are 2 very emotional blends. So it actually helps remove blocks. So if you're just feeling stuck or stagnant, it might be really great to apply this one topically and kind of smell it. Maybe it's on your wrist, maybe it's behind your ears. Or a really great way to obviously get emotional benefits is always to diffuse an oil. So adding this one to any other oil that you like. I always like to add something like this to a citrus oil. I feel like they balance each other really well. So maybe citrus bliss or wild orange would be a good pairing with this, but you have to just see whatever you kind of already are drawn to and you think might smell good, just try it. It's probably gonna smell good. It can also help to brighten your skin. Some of those age spots, brown spots, it can help to lighten and brighten those. So you can add it to your moisturizer or something like that will be a good way to use it. It also is great for use in massage, because it can soothe skin after exercise. So you could add it into your moisturizer. Say you have worked out, kind of like I did today. I worked out, I got in the shower, and then I put some lotion on. I use Whisper, but you could totally use black spruce, and I might use that tomorrow, just as a way to, you get the benefits, obviously, if you inhale them from just putting the lotion on, but then you can kind of get other benefits as well. Okay, so that's black spruce. It comes in a 5 ml bottle, and all of these that I'm going to discuss today will be available in October for purchase except 2, and I'll tell you which 2 those are. All right, so next, this is not a new oil, but I wanted to tell you a little bit more about it because they talked about it Summit Convention, because it's going to be available for the first time ever to be purchased as a single oil in a 5 ml bottle, and that is rose. So rose, we know that it has so many benefits. We know that it's a very precious oil. Right now, it only comes in the touch form, which would be a bottle like this. And now it's going to be available in a bottle all by itself, no coconut oil with it. So a few things that they mentioned that were maybe new findings about rose oil. It's really, really great for sleep. It can actually help you to go to sleep faster, to stay asleep. If you kind of wake up during the night a lot, this could be a really great one to add to your routine. Fewer nightmares, if you suffer with those, or if your children do, it would be a really great thing to add in at night. And it also decreases cortisol levels. So during the day, it's great to use if you're kind of in stressful situations, or if you're just, maybe you get anxious about going to sleep, this one would be a really great one to add into your nightly routine. They also talked a lot about how it covers way more pathogens, bacteria, viruses than even On Guard and oregano do. And those are really two of the powerhouse oils we talk a lot about when we talk about those types of things. But this one can actually cover more than those. So if you don't have rose for whatever reason, maybe you're saving up your points if you're on the LRP, which is a great thing to do. You can purchase it with that. Or maybe you just want to splurge on it. I believe the roller bottle is about $60 or $65. So I understand it's one of the more expensive ones, but it lasts a good long while. Just one or two swipes on the bottom of your feet or maybe the back of your neck or something like that, maybe up and down your spine, is a really great thing to add to your kind of toolbox. It's so expensive because it takes 10,000 roses to produce one 5 ml bottle. So the individual bottle is going to be about $300. I think it's like $270 something. So yes, it is probably the most expensive oil, and doTERRA has never been able to have it as a permanent product other than the touch form because they weren't able to source it sustainably. And so now that they're sourcing it from Bulgaria, is a different place. They're able to do it more sustainably. They're able to offer it in that bottle, not diluted. So that would definitely be one you might want to save up for. If you can't afford that, you can just get the touch bottle form. It's a great way to use that as well. But I'm pretty excited that that's available now, as it's a powerhouse oil. Okay, so next we're going to talk about lemon and eucalyptus, and this is a brand new oil that doTERRA just came out with last week. So this one smells more like eucalyptus if you are familiar with that scent than it does lemon, but it's actually not the two oils mixed together. It's a different plant. It's the lemon eucalyptus plant that it comes from. So it's really great for insect repellent properties. So if you make your own bug spray, this is a great one to add into there. It's also really good as a repellent in general. So it's great to put in shampoos and different sprays for lice. I know we talk a lot about melaleuca. It's so funny when I talk about lice every single time my head starts to itch. It's funny. But it's a really great one to maybe add with melaleuca or just use alternate those. It's great for that. It's also great to make a little spray, kind of like a poopery spray. If you guys have ever heard of that, it's a spray you use to spray in the toilet before you go to the bathroom, and it helps with the scent. This could be a really great one to add into a spray like that. It's really great at eliminating those sulfite smells that come from a certain thing you might want to do in the bathroom. You might need to do in the bathroom every day, right, to keep healthy. So make yourself a spray with that and enjoy those benefits. This is an insect repellent. If you add it to Tear Shield or if you make your own, it actually lasts up to 4 hours, which is a little bit longer than normal Tear Shield. I would probably say it would last about an hour. So this is going to make your insect repellents last longer and have more benefits there. All right. So let's talk about Yarrow Pom. And if you follow me at all, you've probably heard me talk about Yarrow Pom, and hopefully you have enjoyed the benefits of that oil. It's actually a duo. It has yarrow oil and pomegranate seed oil. That's why it's called Yarrow Pom. But it is absolutely amazing. It's up there with Copaiba as my favorite product from last year's reveal. I absolutely love it. I use it every single day. A little bit about Yarrow Pom if you're not familiar with it. It's actually a blood purifier. That just means it helps keep your cells healthy. It has great metabolic functions as well in the body, so it helps regulate your metabolism. So it can be actually great for weight loss if used on a regular basis because it would help increase your metabolism. It has a powerful antioxidant called shemazoline in it, and that is why it has that really bright, pretty blue color, and that's the powerful antioxidant in this oil. It is added to the pomegranate seed oil. Sorry, my nose itches. Because pomegranate seed oil is full of fatty acids, and it has a lot of other benefits. It has CLA in it, which is really, really great for your skin. It's great for brain health, and it creates a great synergy between those two. The pomegranate seed and the yarrow. So everybody loved that oil basically last year. I mean, everybody just always talks about how they love to use it. So they came out with 2 more products that have yarrow in it. So the first one is the Body Renewal Serum. And so this is pretty exciting. You know, it's funny how we're always talking about how we put yarrow on our face, but we're like want to just douse in it. So now we can. So this is a brand new product. The Body Renewal Serum that has yarrow in it is really made to be used on trouble areas. It's for tightening and firming skin. So if you have areas that have stretch marks or cellulite or saggy skin, this will be a great thing to use on that. It has a really nice feel to it. It's not too greasy. It's a serum. So it's going to have a very nice light feel to it. I'll show you kind of what it looks like, if you can see that. So it has a light blue tint to it from the yarrow, and it has some great other moisturizing oils in it, but it also has some other cool things. It has coffee in it, which is really great for a skin stimulant. It's actually a vasoconstrictor. I've heard of people putting coffee in like scrubs and things to help with cellulite, so there you go. But this is going to be a really great product for anybody that wishes they could put yarrow all over their body. Now you can. It is very soothing. I agree. Okay, so these two products I mentioned, there's going to be two that won't be available till January, and that is both of the yarrow palm products. So I'll tell you how to get it before January. Hold on tight to the end of the call. Okay, next up is yarrow palm capsules. They're actually called Cellular Beauty Complex. And let me show you one of these. They're a very pretty bluish, reddish color, actually. And these are going to be a game changer for your skin and really your overall health. So both of these products have more than just yarrow palm in them. So this Cellular Beauty Complex, it has yarrow palm, but it actually has frankincense, it has turmeric, it has a melon fruit concentrate, which is really great for your skin, and it has melissa in it. So this is really going to help stimulate collagen production. It's just going to help basically your skin glow from the inside out. So these are recommended to be taken 2 a day. So that is an awesome new product that we can add to our inside out glow regimen, right? So those two won't be available till January. Okay, next up is Celery Seed. And Celery Seed is one that I was kind of surprised to see. I didn't know a lot about it, but I learned a lot about it. So I want to share that with you because I'm pretty excited about adding it to my daily routine. So Celery Seed has a lot of different benefits. I'm just going to talk mainly about the ones for your digestive tract. Dr. Hill gave us a lot of great protocols to use with Celery Seed and reasons why we would want to think about using them. So if you think about your esophagus being inflamed, if your stomach has a tendency to just be inflamed a lot and you're not really digesting your food that great, if you're having a lot of reflux and different things like that, this will be a great thing to add to your daily routine. It creates actually a mucosal barrier that prevents the breakdown of tissues, because if you have extra stomach acid and you have a lot of issues with heartburn and indigestion, that is actually breaking down the tissue of your stomach lining. So this is really going to help with that. It is going to be great for reflux specifically. So if you have issues with that, you're going to want to take some of this in a veggie capsule. I'll give you a little protocol in a minute. It's going to be great for that. It's also very calming to your nervous system. It's great for immune response. So there's going to be other benefits. I call them side benefits that you're going to get from adding this oil in. And so a great protocol, especially if you suffer with something like UTIs, which I hear a lot, that people are like, what can I do to prevent these? Or I have one right now, what can I do? Obviously, prevention is going to be what you want to go for. Prevention is the new prescription. So my prescription for that would be 2 drops of celery seed and 2 drops of juniper berry in a veggie capsule every day. So that would be a really great thing to take if you struggle with current UTI. No, I lost my train of thought. I was about to say, I totally lost the word that I was going to say. If you struggle with UTIs on a regular basis, I can't think right now, you're going to want to use 2 drops of each of those in a capsule. And if you struggle with more along the lines of reflux and just burning on your esophagus, you can totally put some on your, just right here on the outside of your esophagus. You could put it with a little coconut oil. You could just put it directly on here. It's not a very hot oil, but that's going to be really great for somebody that suffers with that. So there's a protocol for that. I love that they gave us a lot more protocols this year, because I find that people are like, I just want to know exactly how I should take this. I'm sorry, Morgan, I did not see your question. Could this be used to dry brush with? Can you tell me which oil you were asking about that with, and I'll come back and answer your question. My notes were covering up your comments. Let me move those over. Okay, I'll come back to you, Morgan, whenever you tell me which one you're talking about. So next I want to go to peppermint. So peppermint soft gels, these are completely new, and when I got a little bit of a taste of the new products before I left because I was on the panel. And so I looked through all these and I was really excited. I always love to learn exactly why these came out and what they're good for. And I was really curious about this one. It's the Peppermint Soft Gels, because obviously we know, we can just take a drop of peppermint in a veggie capsule. And why is that different than this? I wondered why they picked peppermint specifically. So they explained it as this is really more of an enteric coated soft gel than our regular soft gels that you may be more familiar with. So peppermint in particular is really beneficial for your GI tract when it can survive the stomach acid. And without this enteric coating, it cannot survive the stomach acid. So it's not really getting to where it can give the most relief as far as gas and bloating and maybe something like IBS. And if you struggle with things like that, this is going to be a great thing for you to add in, because the peppermint is actually going to get down to your large and small intestine, and that's where it's going to give the most benefit when it comes to something like digestive struggles like that. So the recommended dosing on this is 2 a day. And actually, I just took 2 of these because I was just having a little trouble with just kind of gas pains and bloating. And so if you struggle with that, this is going to be a game changer for you. You can add it in kind of as needed, or you can take it every day in the morning or at noon or whenever is best for you. I would probably avoid taking it at night because peppermint can be stimulating. So it's probably best to take it in the morning or at lunch. All right, I'm really excited about that one. Okay. Oh, Morgan said yard palm. Yes, you could definitely dry brush with yard palm. The only thing is, it might not be as good as adding just an essential oil, because it's going to have like this serum, and then the yard palm has that pomegranate seed oil in it. So it may not go on as well. It might kind of get stuck more on the brush because it's thicker, if that makes sense. So you could definitely use it to dry brush with, but that might be an issue that you would run into. So I would just try that and see how it works for you, but you could totally do it. Okay, so next, let's talk about turmeric. And this is one that we learned a lot about, that a lot of studies have been done on turmeric, and they have been trying to come out with this product for, I think, 2 or 3 years. So they've been working on the science behind this for a long time. And when I first received it, I didn't realize that it was any, I just thought it was a soft gel. I thought it was turmeric in a soft gel so that I didn't have to make my own veggie capsules. So I was really excited about that. So that was a win either way, but this is so much more than just that. So let me kind of explain to you why this is different than just the turmeric oil, and if you had both, why you would use one or the other. So turmeric in general is very, very beneficial to our overall health. So we kind of more know it as anti-inflammatory, and it has great inflammation benefits, but it's also a very strong antioxidant. So it's going to help just our cells stay healthy. It's going to help us with aging. It's going to help our cardiovascular system and our nervous system, joint and tissue. There's a lot of different benefits to taking turmeric. Not only, most of the time you hear about it if you have like joint pain or if you have chronic pain, people were starting to learn about turmeric. And it does have a lot of those benefits, but it's a lot more than just that. So the difference between this called a dual chamber capsule, the difference between this and the essential oil is this is actually the entire plant in this capsule, which has actually never been done. So it's very cutting edge technology. That's why they've been working on it for years. So it looks very similar to, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it looks very similar to like a PB Assist, and it has a little bit of that technology in there to be kind of double encapsulated. But it's the entire plant in there. So it's actually the essential oil and it's the plant material together. And the reason why they did this is because it's actually 11 times more effective if you take both the plant and the essential oil. And they actually have 2 different benefits. They have curcuminoids and tumerones. And if there's kind of a lot of sciencey information there, but all you really need to know is this is going to be way more effective than anything else out there. And most of the, they actually did a study, which is really interesting. Let me pull up my notes on that. So they did a study of turmeric oil, the curcumin powder, which is the turmeric powder that you can buy, which is the entire plant powdered down, put in a capsule. And then they looked at the turmeric duo cap, which is this new one that I was just talking about. So they looked at what the half-life was and what the bioavailability was. Bioavailability just means how good it works in your body, how good your body can use it up. And so what they found was the 11 times the bioavailability of either one of these. And the curcumin powder had very, very little bioavailability. Basically, if you're buying that right now and you think it's doing something for you, what I want to tell you is don't waste your money. Whether you buy anything else or not, just don't waste your money on that, because you're really not getting much benefit at all from it. So now that you know the differences between all of those, if you're saying like, I have the oil, now what do I do? So the oil, after these capsules have come out, the oil is really going to be mainly used for topical applications. It's really good for skin health. Some people like to use it for acne. Some people like to use it for joint pain. You just put it right on. Maybe you can add it in a deep blue. You're going to want to use that mainly topically. Not that there's anything wrong with using it internally, but this is much, much more effective. So if this comes out October 1st, get you some capsules, and you'll be feeling the benefits a lot more than just using the essential oil. So hopefully that made sense. And they had a lot of different studies to back this up, which I really love. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a few more minutes, about what steps they're taking to really solidify and have great information to back up what we really already know, because we use these products all the time. They're having scientific studies done all the time to back this up on paper, which a lot of people really want the paper. I just know that it works for me, and that's good enough for me. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, one last thing is this pairs extremely well with copaiba. Copaiba is excellent for a lot of the things that I mentioned that turmeric was great for. That's just going to be an added benefit to putting those together. So they mentioned that as a great duo to take together. All right, next is probably honestly my favorite out of all of these is the new Adaptive line. Look at this pretty packaging. Isn't that beautiful? It's a nice blue, kind of reflective, shiny color. So this line is brand new, and they actually did studies on this as well and shared that with us. So I'll share a little bit about that with you. But this line is going to be great for mental health, and it's called Calming Blend and Calming Capsule. So let me kind of tell you a little bit about this and how you want to use it. So first off, the Adaptive Capsules. This supplement is brand new, cutting edge. It has essential oils in it, but it also has other things that really help with brain health and mental health. So one thing that I'd like to point out is ahi flower. And this is actually a source of omegas that I had no idea that it was a source of omegas. But that is in this capsule. It can really, we know that omegas play a really big part in our ability to focus and our ability to produce serotonin and serotonin, and those types of things that are great for mental health. So that's only going to help with that, obviously. And it has the adaptive blend in it, which is lavender, coriander, wild orange, and fennel. So this is great to use during the day, every day. It's made to be used once a day. And this is going to give you long-lasting systemic effects. So it's made to be used with the oil. So these oil options, one is in a bottle like this, so you can put it in the diffuser, and one is in a roller bottle, so you can use it topically. I have been applying it a lot right here on my wrist, and I just rub them together, and it smells so, so good. I cannot tell you how good this smells. I was actually just talking about it on my stories yesterday because I just can't get over how good it smells. So there's a little bit of a different blend in the oil blend versus the supplements. Let me tell you what's in here. It has lavender, spearmint, copaiba, rosemary, magnolia, and sweet gum, and neroli. So it's a very unique blend, but it's made to be used in combination with the supplement. And they actually did a study on this, a double-blind placebo study, and they had people come in and take a test, and obviously they had placebo they did actually one with the supplement and with the diffuser blend. So they did 2 different studies, and they took the test using water in one diffuser, using adaptive in another diffuser, and gave them a list of questions to answer at the end. And basically, they did better on the test and they experienced less stress during the test and after the test. Kind of the same with the capsule. So basically, it's made to be used to help you adapt, obviously the name, to whatever comes your way. And this is really a game changer, just because I feel like with the way we live now, there's just so many things that we come in contact with every day. And I know that there's lots of other oils that you could use that you've probably been using, right? Like Balance and Serenity, and I love Copaiba and Magnolia, different things like that. They're great. This is going to be just something you can add in that's going to give you kind of that, take you to that next level. So this supplement can be taken anytime during the day. You can take it, get in a routine of taking it in the morning, at lunch. You could also take it at night if you struggle to go to sleep. This will be a great thing to help your nervous system and brain kind of just relax and calm down and be able to get a great night's sleep, or you can use it during the day. So either one, I would try to use it the same time of day every day, just so your body gets in a really good routine of knowing what to expect. That's always a great thing to do. So wherever you add it in, it's going to be really beneficial. All right, so we get one more sniff in. I'm telling you, you're going to love the way it smells. Okay, 2 more. So first is an addition to the kids collection, which is the Tamer blend, and this is a digestive blend. So this is going to be added into the other 6 oils that were released last year. This is another blend that the kids can get some great benefit from. So this obviously can be used just like Digestion, and it has different oils in there that are a little bit, they're more heavily diluted than even the Digestion Touch, but they're going to be a little bit more mild for those younger tummies. So what this blend entails is obviously it has fractionated coconut oil, spearmint, it has peppermint, ginger, black pepper, and parsley. So it smells a lot like spearmint if you're wondering how it smells. And I tried it out on my kids because they use Digestion a good bit, and it works just as well. So I love that they added this in, and obviously you get this cute little thing to hang on their backpack if they choose to do that. And it's a great addition to the already awesome kids line. All right, so last but not least is citronella. And citronella was one of the 4 single oils that they gave us that were brand new this year. So citronella is something we're probably already familiar with, and we know that it's a great repellent for insects. And so this, along with the lemon eucalyptus, will be great to make your own spray for pest control. And the great thing about this one that they told us was that you can actually make a spray and spray the table. Like say you were going to have something outdoors and you were worried about just like flies and gnats and things around. You can make a spray and spray the surface, and it'll protect the surface. So they won't want to land on it, and they won't want to be around that surface. So that was pretty cool. We learned that it keeps pests away on surfaces. It's also very cleansing. It's similar to eucalyptus in scent to me, and it's kind of in that family. So it's actually really great for joint and tissue issues that you might have. It's really great for repair and connective tissue, just like lemongrass is. So that's another use for you as far as citronella goes. It's great for athletes foot as well. So you could make a spray with this and just spray shoes or apply it on topically. It's also really great to repel bugs, just like I mentioned with lemon eucalyptus as far as lice goes. So you can add it to shampoo. You can make a spray with that, spraying the hair before school time. They also mentioned, which was really interesting, I'm gonna have to try this one. They said to diffuse it around mealtime for healthy appetite. It works through the hypothalamus to control how full you feel. So pretty cool. I'm gonna have to try it for that one. I've not tried it yet, but pretty interesting way to use it for that. All right, a few more things that I want to talk about, and then I'm going to tell you how you can get those new products a little bit sooner than, especially the yarrow, right, a little bit sooner than January. But first I want to tell you a couple of other things that were really interesting that they share with us at convention. So first of all, we got some Copaiba protocols. Copaiba is something I use all the time, and I'm always getting asked about different protocols. And an ER doctor gave us several protocols for various health issues that I would be happy to share with you if you're interested in that. So we received one for joint inflammation, respiratory support, neurological support, and just overall healthy inflammatory response. So I'm happy to share those with you guys. If you would like, I can definitely post those on Facebook or on Instagram in my stories. Let me know if you'd like those. And as a pharmacist, this next part is one that I'm very excited about. You've probably heard me talk about the healthcare initiative and the Prime Meridian clinics, which are clinics that doTERRA has already opened across the United States. They already have 3 open, with plans of opening 20 to 30 in the next probably 2 to 3 years. They have a very aggressive plan for this because they have a very big vision to change healthcare. And in general, the feeling and the information that I stepped away with after last week is that they're leaving no stone unturned. This means that they fully realize that there has to be studies, there has to be the right sourcing, there has to be that quality in place before this could ever even be, ever even be believed to be possible. And they're taking all the right steps, from the sourcing partners to the quality controls, to the studies that they're doing, to the partnerships that they have. All of it, they're leaving nothing unturned. And that is why you're going to see in the next few years that doTERRA is going to go where no other company has ever went and will ever be able to follow. That's because they're of the partnerships and of all the steps that they take. And I'm thinking about doing another call specifically about the sourcing aspect and about all of these pieces that I find so important that a lot of people don't know about. So I might leave that for a separate call, but I did want to tell you about some of the new and exciting partnerships that doTERRA has made since last convention. So they're actually have a partnership with St. Elizabeth's Hospital, which is part of the vision of the Mayo Clinic. And they are designing an entire floor in a hospital that's going to serve cancer patients that will get integrative care with doTERRA. And that was very exciting. And I feel like that, and they alluded to this, that is the first of many more partnerships in that area. So I feel, especially with cancer in general, that it's going to be so important to have an integrative approach. This doesn't mean one or the other. It means that Eastern and Western medicine can work together. And that's very exciting. And they're obviously a very respected group. So we're very excited about that. Also, we have a partnership with the University of Mississippi that deals specifically in the natural product research, which means that the FDA, that division is the one that the FDA goes to see what the standard is for all of its natural products. So this University of Mississippi branch does a lot of the research when it comes to natural products. And so they actually came to us and wanted to partner. So basically what this means is that doTERRA will be the gold standard in that area. And I love that doTERRA, people are now starting to come to them because they know their heart, they know their mission, they know their unrelenting standards for purity and purpose. And so those are just some of the really exciting updates that we got concerning some of the partnerships, which is really the first of many. And we also heard from Dr. Osgothorpe, which is the new Chief Medical Officer. You may have heard of Dr. Hill. He was the founding Chief Medical Officer, but he stepped down to do other work within doTERRA. But they hired Dr. Osgothorpe, who his credentials would take me 10 minutes to tell you, but he's a very respected physician, and he's doing a lot of work. He actually presented the work on the turmeric capsule. We've been working on that for several years, and just lots of research going into, like I said, the fact that we're going where no other place or no other company has ever been, and nobody else can follow. Another really exciting thing that they're now starting to discover are half-lives of the different products, which in pharmacy land, that means dosing. There will be, in the coming years, there will be more dosing protocols, which we've never had, and we've never really studied much about half-life, which means half-life means how long it takes for something to decrease by half in your body. So that indicates how often you would need to take something and what the dosing would be. And obviously this is done in prescription medications all the time, and we have to have that information to know how to dose those specific things. We're going to have the same thing for essential oils and some of these other, like the turmeric duo. That's a brand new scientific technology that's never been done. So I think you'll start to see a lot more of that in the future. And I'm pretty excited about it all. So I could go on and on, but I wanted to keep this fairly short. If you're watching the recording and if you have any questions at all, you can definitely comment and tag me, and I will go back and answer anything that you have. And I did want to tell you that I'm going to be announcing when I'll do that second class that's going to be all about sourcing and the different steps that they take to really, like I said, go where nobody else has been. So I want to kind of expound on that a little bit more. I'll make that a second class coming up this week. Probably Thursday is when that'll be, but I'll let you know about the time. So before I hop off, I want to tell you about how you can get some of these things sooner rather than later, and how you can come and learn more about doTERRA's mission and about these products. So there are going to be several post-convention tours in your area. And that is how you can get a convention kit and get some of these things before anybody else. And especially these two things. If you want these yard products, that's basically the only way you're going to get them unless you went to convention. So I'm going to post a link. I'll post one on Instagram and definitely on Facebook up under this video about the various locations of these. Now, if you're in my area, I wanted to let you know that the one in Atlanta is going to be October the 19th. And it's going to be from 9 to 2. And they're actually going to have some doTERRA things like items that you can purchase, some of the swag items, so that's pretty exciting. And they're going to have booths set up so you can go and learn about different body systems and different ways that you can use oils in your everyday life. They're going to have obviously all the new products. We're going to be talking about those. And I'll be there. So I would love to see many of you if you can make it out to that date. But just look for updates on these products, and I'll definitely be posting about them. And I'm so glad you were able to join in, and it's an honor for me to teach you about these. I love going out every single year and learning just of the new products, obviously, but every single time I go, I get this overwhelming feeling that I'm exactly where I need to be, and that doTERRA is top-notch, and that they're covering all the bases, and they have the right people in place. And it's just such a great feeling to know, especially as a healthcare provider, that there'll be a lot of new things in the future that will solidify that natural products do in fact work, and they have a great place in our healthcare as a nation and as a world, because we desperately need change, and they are working very diligently to make that happen. And it makes me very excited to know that I can be part of that, and that you can too. Just by using these and taking care of yourself in a different way, you're teaching others that they can do the same. So I'm excited about that, and I hope you are too. So I'm always here if you need help purchasing any of these things. If you're brand new and you don't have an account, you can definitely open up your account this month and get some of these next month, or just wait and get them all as you enroll. I would absolutely love to help you. My mission is prevention, and I feel like that is definitely the new prescription that I want to write for people. And if that's you and you are interested in just taking your health to another level, and you're really interested in doing that for your family, I'm here. I'm your person. So come to me, ask. I'd love to help you. And I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you have a great week. I'll see you later. Bye.